Hey guys, Leanne here on Grady's Mom with Cooking Series Volume 22. This is a really awesome dish to make for a family, for leftovers, to bring to work, for a nice dinner, anything. It's just a really universally appealing dish. And it is just a ranch chicken dish. So the main flavor here comes from the dry ranch dressing seasoning mix. And I buy these in bulk in the 4-pack because it's a little bit more cost effective than buying just a pouch. And for this recipe, you're going to need chicken breast. I have some tenderloins here that I'm going to cut into bite-sized pieces. I have 2 packages here. These are very small packages, so these 2 packages combined are about 1.5 pounds. So I'm going to use some chicken breast. You can use any cut of chicken that you want, but I prefer the breast. You can also use any mix of vegetables that you like. I change the vegetables up all the time, but traditionally the way that I was sort of brought up making it is with asparagus tips, some tomatoes. I have some San Marzano tomatoes here. You can use cherry tomatoes, mushrooms, 1/2 an onion, and I'm going to use 3 little baby peppers. These are really tiny, as you can see. They are not full-size peppers, so I'm going to use 2 little small yellow ones and 1 sweet red bell pepper. You're going to need some canola oil to sear up the chicken, and then I have some chicken broth here that I'm going to add as well, just a splash. And I'm also going to use this chicken broth to cook the rice. I'm going to serve this over rice. I've made it served over pasta. I've made it served over orzo, which is sort of like a combination of pasta and rice. But today I'm going to just make my rice in the rice cooker. I'm going to use a blend of both brown and white rice, and I'm going to cook that up in the leftover chicken broth. Since we're only using a splash of this, I will have a good amount left that I'm going to be able to use to cook the rice in. So it's this broth will be kind of serving a double duty today. So I'm going to go ahead, get my veggies prepped and cut up, get the chicken cut up, and show you guys how to make this delicious dish. Okay guys, so I have my chicken all cleaned up. I kind of removed any not bones, but just any skin or little tiny pieces of fat. It was pretty well cleaned up. So I have all that set to go in bite-sized pieces. I have my veggies all prepped. I just cut the tomatoes in thirds and sliced up the onion and the peppers and the asparagus, and then the mushrooms. I'm probably going to add about half of this container, but mushrooms do cook down quite a bit. So behind me I have a large skillet with some canola oil in here. Just very little, just enough to coat the bottom of it. And we're going to start out first by searing the meat and browning the meat. We're not going to cook it all the way. We're just going to sear it to give it a nice golden crust and flavor. Then we're going to remove it and cook the vegetables. So it's sort of a 2-step process, but it's worth it to do it this way. And this is just the way that I saw my mom do it, and it always came out delicious. So that's sort of another reason why I do it. So I'm just waiting on my pan to heat up on medium-high, and I will throw the chicken in and take you guys along for the journey. Okay guys, so my pan has been preheating. It looks like it's all set to go. So I'm gonna go ahead first and get the chicken in alone. Just gonna spread it out. And you definitely wanna hear a sizzle, which is why you wanna preheat the pan, because you want this to be hot and get a nice crust on it. So I'm spreading it out, and I'm just going to let this cook for a couple minutes and sort of turn it around. Again, we're not fully cooking it. We are just getting it nice and brown and crispy, so I will show you guys what you want to do as far as how crispy you want it and then when to take it out, and then we're going to add the veggies in. So right now we're just working on cooking the outside, sealing all the flavor and keeping the meat juicy, which is just searing the meat. So we're going to let this work for a couple minutes and kind of move it around a little bit and go from there. Okay guys, so as you can see, can't get too close, there's like little brown sort of a crust that's formed on the chicken. Now again, it's pink and raw inside, but we just want that crust on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add half of the ranch packet to this meat just for a couple minutes, give it another stir, and then I'm going to remove it from the pan. So let me go ahead and get the half of the ranch seasoning onto this meat. Okay guys, so half the seasoning is on, and I just sauteed it up and let it cook a couple more minutes. And now I am removing the chicken from this pan, and I'm actually putting it on a paper towel. So any little bit of oil that's left can come off, just to make it a little bit healthier. Not that it's an unhealthy dish, because very lean chicken breast. So again, I'm just taking it out of the pan. Now it's seasoned with half of that ranch mix. Hopefully I can get this last little bit here, doing this one-handed. And then in this same pan, I'm gonna go ahead and get my veggies in here. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw the veggies in, and we're gonna do kind of the same thing, and then we're gonna add the chicken back at the end. Okay, I'm just gonna let the veggies get nice and hot and sort of start to break down. And I didn't add anything else to the pan because there was a little tiny bit of oil left. I'm just gonna let the veggies do their thing. Once they start to kind of cook down, I'm gonna add the rest of the ranch seasoning along with some chicken broth, and we're gonna bring it all together. All right, guys, so the veggies are where we want them. I'm going to go ahead now and get my chicken, which is again halfway cooked, back into the pan. I'm going to add the rest of my ranch seasoning. Have the heat on medium. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get that splash of chicken broth in. I'm going to do about 1/3 of a cup. And just kind of combine it all together. Again, heat is now on medium. And you just sort of let this come to a simmer. The chicken will finish cooking. And it's going to be delicious. It smells so good. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of that chicken broth to cook the rice and serve this over rice. You have your meat, your veggies, and your carb or starch right in, all in one plate. I love those sort of one pot, one dish meals. My rice cooker is super, super handy. So again, just gonna let this keep cooking away until the meat is cooked through, and I will show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. Okay guys, it's all done, and I just tasted it to make sure everything was the perfect consistency and flavoring was perfect, and it was. This one is just super easy. You can do so many things with just a simple package of ranch seasoning. It's literally like an all-purpose seasoning. I didn't need to add any salt, any pepper, any garlic, anything. So again, I'm just waiting on my rice to finish steaming. I'm just going to put this on a bed of rice. I'm using both brown and white rice cooked in that chicken broth. This is a really delicious dish. Again, you can use any combination of vegetables that you like. I just happen to like it with the tomatoes, mushrooms, and asparagus with a little bit of bell pepper in there. That's traditionally the way my mom made it. However, you can really use any vegetable, literally any vegetable that you like. You can serve it over rice, over pasta. It's pretty much your preference. So I hope you guys give this one a try. I will have everything typed up down below as always. Have a great day, and I will see you guys all very soon. Bye.